Shield of Justice has arrived in the WWE. And I can't be more excited than I was last night about a debut in years. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns proved to you last night why they are the future of this business. WWE, like I said, is in great hands with these three guys. Ryback, I'm not a big fan of Ryback, but he showed me something last night too. Great match. This 6-man TLC match was probably the best match that WWE put on pay-per-view all year. The only other match that I could see coming close to this was one of the matches that Daniel Bryan and CM Punk had on pay-per-view. It was that amazing. And this one match alone is worth paying to see. Again, if you guys have not ordered the pay-per-view last night, I would even recommend ordering the pay-per-view just to see this one match. That's how great it was. I'm going to get into your pay-per-view results, guys. I'm going to give you my opinions. Dolph Ziggler, the match with John Cena, also a great match. That closed the pay-per-view. I'm going to get into all the matches. So let's get right into the results, guys. Now, the pay-per-view opened with a 26-bell salute. WWE honored the 26 victims of the Sandy Hook Massacre in Connecticut. Very classy way for the WWE to start off that pay-per-view. Now, this one match I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about all the matches, but I'm going to talk more in depth about the two main event matches. Now, The Shield versus Ryback and Team Hell No. Like I said, if you guys have not seen this match, or if you guys didn't order the pay-per-view, I suggest ordering the pay-per-view. Alright? The 9 p.m. hour hit. The pay-per-view finally seemed to get going after a slow start. Everything started to heat up. The crowd was hot all night. CM Punk had a promo before the match talking about Ryback, belittling Ryback, talking about his injury and his title reign. After that, the match began. The Shield versus Hell No and Ryback. At that point, I knew, since this match was going on at 9 o'clock, that Cena versus Ziggler will be the main event for the Money in the Bank. The Shield's debut, and I stressed this so much in my previous videos, they need to win this match. They have to win this match. It's basic ethics of wrestling. Debuting team, with the impact that they have made already, they need to win to solidify their characters and them as a group for the future. And as a side note, their new theme music is fucking awesome. If this is the WWE's future, then they are in good hands, like I stated in my intro. This was easily one of the best matches seen on WWE pay-per-view all year, and like I said, if you missed the pay-per-view, this match alone is worth paying for. It had absolutely everything. Fast-paced action, oh my god spots, with the TLC theme in full effect. Tables, ladders, and chairs were abundant in this match. The storytelling by all 6 men is exactly what I was hoping for, and they delivered as I never looked away from the TV once. Not to pick up a beer, not to go get a beer at the bar, not even to pick up a French fry. They had my attention glued to the TV. The match started very chaotic, alright? Very chaotic. It was fast-paced. Ryback looked strong early. Looked very strong early. Alright? And he was taken out just as fast. Not even 10 minutes in, he was powerbombed through the Spanish announce table and taken out of the match. With Ryback out, the Shield went to work on Kane and Daniel Bryan. It was 3-on-2. There were 2 table spots with standalone wooden tables, where the Shield placed it over the top turnbuckle and placed Daniel Bryan on top. 2 members of the Shield proceeded to climb up the table, and all 3 men with Bryan stood on the table as it was teetering back and forth to the point where I thought it was going to snap with the weight of 3 men standing on top of it. They superplexed Daniel Bryan off in an amazing spot. Ryback at this point still laying out on the ground, powerbomb, selling his injuries. He's not a factor yet, but meaning that if he's selling his injuries now, he's going to come back and look strong in the end of the match. It's just typical ABC ethics of wrestling. Now, we've seen ladder shots, we've seen chair shots. Kane chokeslammed Dean Ambrose in one spot during the match, threw a steel chair to the point where I thought Ambrose's back was broken. Soon after, Kane and Shield fought on the outside. With Kane on the outside, Roman Reigns came out of nowhere and speared Kane through the Timekeeper's announce table. The whole Timekeeper's area was destroyed. Kane was taken out of the match. Everything that happened, They buried him under the debris and turned their attention back to Daniel Bryan. It was now 3 against 1. But Ryback recovers just in time and hits all his signature spots, giving the crowd that tease. Is he going to win it all? Is he going to pull this win off for his team? Hits the shell shock on Dean Ambrose, went for the pin. Roman Reigns breaks it up. The match continued after the Shield broke it up, and then after that, they headed up the aisle with Ryback. Kane is out. Daniel Bryan is injured in the ring. It's 3 against 1, Ryback versus the Shield. They continue to fight up the aisle, slamming each other into ladders and tables. All the ladders and tables were spread out along the aisleway as props, falling all over the place. They brawled up the aisle, and it was 3-on-1, like I said, Ryback versus the Shield. The Shield placed Ryback on a table, and Seth Rollins climbing up a 30-foot ladder. Going to do a huge table spot, it appears. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns walked back to the ring to take care of Daniel Bryan. But Ryback got to his feet, chased Rollins up the ladder, and I knew at this point something bad was going to happen. Ryback shoved Rollins off the ladder as Rollins fell through 2 tables stacked on top of each other, and I literally thought he was dead. The back of his head hit the corner of a table that didn't break from the impact, and I wouldn't be surprised today if he has a concussion. They showed the replay 4 or 5 times, and it looked worse every time they showed it. As this happened, Ambrose and Reigns were in the ring and powerbombed Bryan through a table off the top rope to score the pinfall. Incredible match, and the Shield win their debut. Kudos to WWE for making the right call here and making the Shield win their debut. Ryback looked strong, but the Shield needed this. They needed this win. If this match was booked this good, I don't understand how this shouldn't be the main event of this show. But we got Dolph Ziggler versus John Cena. And after this match ended, I knew, and I said to my brother, Ziggler, even though he's great, this is going to be a tough match to follow. And I don't care who you are. Cena versus Ziggler closed the pay-per-view. Dolph Ziggler in the main event, finally getting a win on pay-per-view. It was a screwy finish, but he got the win nonetheless. We knew it was going to happen. I predicted it in my previews and predictions TLC video. AJ Lee screws John Cena. Came down. Everybody thought she was going to help John Cena. Vicky Guerrero came down with a steel chair to hit John Cena, securing Cena a win. No. AJ came down. Takes out Vicky Guerrero. Does a Luthez press, Steve Austin style, on Vicky Guerrero. Cena sets up the ladder. AJ starts skipping around the ladder, and all of a sudden AJ pushes the ladder. Cena falls on top of the top rope. Dolph Ziggler enters the ring very quickly. Super kick to the face. Ziggler climbs up the ladder, takes the briefcase down. Ziggler retains his Money in the Bank briefcase. With AJ Lee staring at Dolph Ziggler with one of those psychotic faces, all of a sudden she starts smiling. Ziggler looks confused, and AJ skips off to the back. This was a great match, a lot of action. Every time Ziggler sells a move, I really think he gets injured. He's that great. Ziggler busted open his leg. He had a huge gash on the side of his leg. Cena had his right eye busted open. So there was blood in this match. Referees were wearing gloves and wiping the guys down as they had a chance to. Very brutal match, very physical match. Do I think it should have main evented over the Shield? The way that match was booked? No. But the crowd was sent home happy. Dolph Ziggler had a huge pro-Ziggler chant. Everybody in the arena was throwing their hate at John Cena. So the pay-per-view ended on a very, very good note. I just don't think this match should have been the main event for the pay-per-view. But I'm glad Ziggler was in the main event and got a win, securing his Money in the Bank briefcase. But like I said, guys, if you guys have not ordered the pay-per-view, I suggest you go out and find a replay of it or order the replay. Those 2 matches alone are worth the $45 for the pay-per-view. The rest of the card was okay. We seen Kofi Kingston defeat Wade Barrett in the Intercontinental title match. The match really never got off the ground. It was very quick. I think they should have gave the 2 guys more time to get their story going. Apparently they're calling Kofi Kingston the Wildcat now. The last time I heard that name was when Mark Merrow, Blast from the Past, was actually in the WWE. I love Wade Barrett. I said time and time again, the man is a future world champion. And the guy can cut a hell of a promo. But like I said, the match really was way too short. It never seemed to get off the ground, and it ended very quickly. No more than 7 minutes. A few spots A few near falls. Kofi hit his signature moves and scored the pinfall. I expected this outcome, as I don't see Kofi Kingston dropping the IC belt anytime soon, because this is Kofi Kingston's best run right now, and WWE seems to be on board with constantly making him look strong. We had the opening match of the night was Team Rhodes Scholars versus Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. Damien Sandow was just fucking awesome. Cut a promo right before the match started, calling the Brooklyn hipsters low scum or filth. It was fucking awesome, very hilarious. But the match was a Texas Tornado style 4 guys in the ring tables match. Mysterio and Sin Cara went for the tables early. They used it as a weapon. Underneath the ring, they kept pulling out tables. It looked like a Home Depot with so many ladders and tables and chairs all stacked on top of one another. The match ended, though. It was very quick, very fast-paced. A great match to get that crowd going. The match ended when Sin Cara was going to jump off the top rope and do a springboard type Mexican maneuver, a dropkick or an arm drag or something, but Cody Rhodes caught him in midair, threw him to the outside over the top rope, and he landed on the concrete through the table, securing Rhodes Scholars the win in this match. They will now go on to fight Team Hell No, I assume at the Royal Rumble, for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The United States Championship, Cesaro versus R-Truth, a match I really was not invested in for the U.S. title. The match was very slow-paced. R-Truth getting some early offense, and then Cesaro grounding the match with submission holds for about 3 minutes. Soon after, Truth hit some of his signature moves, and Cesaro got his uppercut, and then the neutralizer for the win. Very quick, very painless. Cesaro retains the U.S. title, as I expected him to, and I'm sure all you guys listening to me expected him to win as well. This feud is more than likely over, and Cesaro can definitely move on to something else now, as he needs to be put in something a little bit more important than R-Truth. And then Sheamus, finally, versus the Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match was the most boring of their three encounters, especially the last two. The match was really nothing special. It followed the Shield versus Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Ryback, so the crowd was pretty much drained from that match. The crowd really had no reaction to this match. The Big Show wins this match and retains the World Heavyweight Championship as he pulls out a huge, and I mean huge, steel chair to the side, to the point where it was almost as big as he was. Pulls it out from underneath the ring, swings it towards Sheamus, and nails him in the back with it. Sheamus is out for the count. 1, 2, 3. The match really didn't have any of those close near falls, exciting near falls like their other two matches had. But this feud is more than likely over, thank God. It really didn't do anything for both guys. Now that Big Show has had a month and a half of a title reign, I do expect Ziggler at some point between now and the end of the year or before the Royal Rumble to cash in his Money in the Bank and finally take that World Heavyweight Championship off the Big Show. And the rumors, if they're true, Sheamus will be fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, but his opponent, we don't know. People are saying it's going to be Randy Orton, but I would book Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. But that is your TLC pay-per-view review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. If you enjoyed the pay-per-view, hit that like button. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Let me know what you think of the pay-per-view. I'll be back tomorrow with my Monday Night Raw review. We got hopefully a decent follow-up to TLC last night on Monday Night Raw. I hope they don't do too much throwaway segments like they did after the Survivor Series and after Hell in a Cell. Those Raws following those pay-per-views were not very exciting at all. So hopefully they build from the hot crowd that was at Brooklyn last night and build towards the Royal Rumble now. We can finally get that Royal Rumble and begin the road to WrestleMania. But like I said, guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not done so already. JD's out. I'll be back tomorrow with my Monday Night Raw review. Peace.